Hey everyone, thank you for being here. My name is Kevin. I'll be your Make Pretend DJ for the hour on the Make Pretend radio station, Kick It FM 103.9. Aw, Sabir, my best friend's in the chat, Blizzard in the chat saying first, woo! Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. The idea is that we're going to play some nice music, go along with some clips, just talking to the chat, Pamzilla in the chat with the frowny face. Or the celebration face. Woo! Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I know, well, before we get into the hijinks and the introduction and everything, I just want to say that I know today is a difficult day for a lot of people. So I hope that, whether you were affected by the attacks in the United States, other September 11 attacks that didn't take place in the United States, different U.S. coup against Chile in the 70s, or, any other incident, whether you've suffered, terrible, terrible things like xenophobia and Islamophobia. I just hope that, you've been kind to yourself today, you've given yourself the space to heal, and that, with everything going on, seriously, thank you for showing up. And to paraphrase one of the greats, could have been doing anything else in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys, seriously. Ooh, all right, I got the jitters. See, you guys see all this setup? Put a lot of work into that. My amazing girlfriend made that for me. She's a complete artist. Look how creative that is. In the meantime, I've got a bunch of stuff prepared for tonight. Maybe for the first hour or so, kind of just shooting the shit, talking. If you have a question, you have something in chat, just drop it in. We can talk about it. This is really meant to be, kind of like I said before, your favorite DJ's commercial-free hour on the radio. Except, again, not a real radio station and not a real DJ, but we're here making it work. P. Minos in the chat, 320 says, where did Thanos' arm go? Well, I actually closed this window on his arm and it chopped off. Just a little sad. But, I think it's in character for him. This is Opal, my cat. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? Opal. Literally, all she does is she just sits by the window and, looks out. Just has a great time. For, hours on end. Literally. Outside is not that interesting, but I guess we're all kind of doing that right now during quarantine, I guess, just looking out the window. One of the things that I saw today that I wanted to really pitch to the people was apparently, they're saying that the new Fast and Furious movie is going to go to space at some point. Either, I don't know if it's the next one or a different one, but check this out. Look at that. They're going to space, guys. They're going to space. I have tried getting so many different people into the Fast and Furious movies. At this point, I think it's a meme. Everyone's oh, it's about family or whatever. But legitimately, these movies are really entertaining. I wasn't going to say good. You thought I was going to say good. They're kind of entertaining. Here's one of the examples. This is one of my favorite. It's not garbage. Watch. This is one of I don't know how improvised it is, but it's an improvised scene and it's freaking hilarious.
Hey Mia, you better hide your baby, or
I'm just playing.
You better hide that big ass forehead.
I was just joking. Whatever.
Oh man. How can you see, guys, how can you watch that and just tell me that wasn't good stuff? I probably shouldn't say people's names. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys. Boop, boop, boop. The Han Solo movie. You know what? The Han Solo movie, pretty good. I think when it first came out, I really didn't like it, but it's honestly the highlight of that movie is Donald Glover as Lando. That is watch. Let's see. I'm just gonna look this up. First out, why not? Lando, Donald Glover. Probably should have cleared my history before we just jumped into this. Look at that. Look at the style this man oozes. There should be like a whole show about this character. Like, look at that. If you guys aren't actually Star Wars fans, sorry. We're talking about a movie that's like a prequel before all the famous stuff. And it's supposed to be this character, but younger. And that is who Donald Glover's playing. And he just does such a great job. Hey! Oh my god, my friends are in the chat. Hi. Ah, Gabe. Thank you guys. Oh, you guys are the best. So yeah, that was our little Star Wars segue. Oh, there she is. She's betting on Thanos. I don't really know what the format of the show is going to be for now, but in general, I think starting off with this other direction, AIM up there. I think for me, like, I don't know. I kind of just want to talk about like what it means to like put yourself out there. I think one of the reasons that I started this up was because I don't know. I just felt like I needed a hobby, something that like actually reminded me of either hanging out with friends or just having a good time. It's not like I do much on Friday nights anyways. But I just really felt like talking to people. I'm not really good at the whole maintaining contact with a lot of friends over like long distances, but ideally this feels like a one-way Skype call. I'm talking to you guys are in the chat. You guys are you guys are the best, seriously. When did I decide to do this? I decided to do this maybe Friday or Saturday last week. Again, I was just like, man, I just want to do more stuff that's like creative, more stuff that makes me happy. And I mean, if you didn't know, back in high school, I had a podcast called Blocks of Art. I would usually go and interview local artists. Shout out to Ethan, one of my high school friends who helped me set up and, conduct all the interviews. But I just had such a good time. And I think before then I wasn't really like comfortable talking to like people one-on-one in terms of like a long interview format. And that really like got me out of my shell. And I, like in hindsight, I had so much fun doing it. So I wanted to do something like that again, except now we get to actually just like listen to music, play some video games, chat. Yeah, Blocks so far. Let me tell you, when I started that out, I like drafted out so many different names. I was like, Blocks of Art, like City Art, Local Art, Young Art. It's just, I couldn't come up with it. But then I came up with Blocks of Art. I was like, this is a beautiful name. I'm just going to run with it, brand everything. By the time I had finished like branding everything and putting it up, the link, like if you actually just read it, it looks like Blocks so fart. And to this day, I mean, if you look into the chat, my friends are still making fun of me about it. So always think through the name before you really commit to it. Because at that point, I had already like designed logos and everything, and it was just skincare routine. Whatever one of those Nivea lotions is the skincare routine. Thank you, though. I feel like I'm glowing. Yeah, spoiler alert. That was the biggest movie of last year. This year? Last year. Jesus Christ, what a fucking year. Oh my god. I legitimately had to remember. God damn. I will tell you, seeing those clips going around of audiences reacting to different like scenes is just like, it just makes me miss the movie theaters. Oh, yeah, go. Yeah. And it doesn't look like we can go anytime soon, right? I think Dr. Fauci was talking to some celebrity for some reason. That's another thing. Like, really, like we can't even get our medical information from like actual officials. We have to get it through this doctor who's like doing Instagram lives and showing up on like Steph Curry's like Instagram. Like, what the fuck? Like, regardless, I think he was saying that even like post-vaccine, like it's gonna be a while for like movie theaters to like really open up again to the point where you can just go in without the mask and have it be what it used to be. That just sucks. Like I never grew up with like sporting events. That wasn't my thing. But like If you're telling me like, hey, let's just like show up for Captain America midnight, get all the nerds in there. Oh my god, that's my fucking crowd. We're in there cheering. I'm in there. A lot of the guys in chat, I'm with them, and it's just like, ugh, God, yeah, and yeah, like I mean, things are slowly opening up. I think New York's, New York's thinking to do like indoor seating for a bunch of restaurants by the end of the month. But they said that it has to be at like 25% capacity, and like if the city's overall like infection rate is like back to 2%, I think it's at 1% right now. If it goes to 2%, like it shuts down again. I don't know. I mean, a lot of this stuff is rushed, but wow. Oh man. So at Django Chingon in the chat says, I want to do thoughty things in the street. And my Twitch thing came up and it said, do you want to allow the term thoughty? I was like, sure. Let's let thoughty in the chat. Yeah, we can curse. Curse in the chat. I hope it's not like PG-13. Yeah, of course. Wow, it really asked me thought if I could add that to the accepted language. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, I hope there aren't any kids tuning in. This is not a family-friendly show. Despite all of the toys and things that indicate it is a kids show. It is not a kids show. I will be cursing a lot. It shows up stars. Oh, Is there a way to uncensor the chat? That's probably, I don't even know how to do that. This is Come and Get Your Love by Redbone. Again, not trying to like, you know, brand loyalty, die corporations, all that stuff. But like, Guardians of the Galaxy was such a good movie. The soundtrack, like literally, I wonder how many people have really discovered like the old music because of that movie. And I'm not even like saying that to be like a dig or anything. Like that probably opened up so many doors for people, like musically. So the chat is currently figuring out the moderation with the curses and the fucks and the shits. That's really funny. Yeah, I wish I knew more about how to like unblock it, but yeah, we got to get the Twitch cops in the stream. Yeah, if you put a curse in the chat, I'll read it out loud. That's same with the song requests. I won't. Please don't like test that. All the Stars. Ah, great song. Man, just sorry guys, that song is I can never think about those songs anymore, the ones on the Black Panther album, without thinking about like Chadwick and everything around that movie. Is just oof, man. Yeah, just what a legacy, what a body of work in legitimately such a short amount of time. I think maybe the last 5 years of his movie career is just like biopic after biopic after biopic after, you know, just legendary roles for people. I don't know. For me personally, I think the part that really, just apart from the mountain of admirable things that Chadwick just had going for him was literally fighting back on like studio demands that, you know, the character be, you know, like have an English accent or have an American accent, or it was like, no, it's a place away from colonization. Like, why would that work? And it's such a detail to like keep the dialect and the accent in the movies, despite like such a, like, I'm still in awe that some executives like actually thought that he should be like British or whatever. But it's just stuff like that like really opens the way and ends up inspiring people. Like, I don't know. You end up seeing a lot of that on the screen, and it's I don't know. It means a lot to kids who look up to that. Yeah. So I guess that's my 2 cents on Black Panther. Guys, I think I made it. You're right. The chat is seeing it. I've made it. My first bot in chat. Thank you guys so much. I've got spam now watching the show. Thank you to XLoudy1230. They say, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views on bigfollows.com! Exclamation mark. I don't think I'm going to be checking out bigfollows.com, but thank you for that, xloudy1230. Also, like, I'm not going to pay for, like, followers. Pay for a webcam, pay for a microphone. I'm not going to pay for people to watch. I'm really just shit talking everything that comes up, I guess. Yeah, Justin Timberlake, great music, but not the greatest dude. Apart from the fact that his songs are like 15 minutes long, there's an intermission, and then you got to come back for the rest of it. The whole Janet Jackson stuff was like really, he just left her out to dry. I don't know if everyone knows. I'm just assuming everyone knows. One of the Super Bowl performances, Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake were set to perform. And they had done the rehearsals a bunch of times. And one of the things was that Janet Jackson had like a really quick like costume change or wardrobe change. And something went wrong. Justin like ripped off the shirt too fast, too hard. Essentially exposed like her bare nipple on like live TV during the Super Bowl, which, as you know, is full of white Americans being like, "Oh my God, my eyes! I've never seen anything." So she really got like so much backlash from like the media, music industry, fellow artists. Like she kind of went away for a bit. She didn't do her thing for a while. And Justin Timberlake really didn't stand by her. He wasn't like, "Hey, it was an accident. Hey, she didn't do anything wrong." He was just like, "Hey, man, guys, I'm sorry that happened. Like, can you believe that? Like, I know we've all got nipples, but she's got, like, can you believe that? Like, ridiculous. Like, I just threw my pen." That's how ridiculous he was being. So, you know, love people, hate them. It's your prerogative. Oh, yes, Black Lagoon. I was talking about Black Lagoon. I just have, like, commitment issues with, like, TV and games and stuff. Like, even just this past 3 months, I got, like, 3 different games for my PS4. Like The Last of Us, Final Fantasy VII, just a bunch of other stuff, and I haven't finished the stories for either of them. And they're both really good. It's like, I don't know. Imagine you had like a jar of Nutella and then another really equally great jar of Nutella right next to it. And then you can't really... you gotta work on the analogies. I need to at least workshop that before I just start talking. But yeah, and now I'm playing, like, after we're hanging and chilling for a bit, I'm probably gonna, like, play some Avengers later if you guys want to watch. But, good song. Yeah, I just can't finish anything that I start. Chango Chingon says in the chat, "How was The Last of Us so far?" I really like The Last of Us. If you don't know, it's a video game that just came out for the PS4. It's really good. Imagine like a zombie apocalyptic horror movie, but it's like really well done. You might as well be watching like a really well done like suspense movie throughout. It's essentially about this man called Joel who has to take this little girl Ellie across the country, and they've both lost everything. They're both trying to survive together through this like apocalyptic wasteland. And the first one was such a great story of just like revenge, like survival, and like what it means to like really sacrifice. And the second one is great. The second one takes place maybe 10 years after the first game. No, that's not right. 5 years after the first game. The little girl is older now. She's actually the protagonist in the second one. And her story is like super like bleak, but also hopeful. It's just a lot. Like having replayed the first one, like the first one is full of like the CDC quarantined the United States and the vaccine didn't make it. And so a lot of The Last of Us is like really hard to kind of do right now, which is why I lean towards like more like fantastical stuff like Final Fantasy or like the Avengers. But it was a great game. At some point when, you know, I don't feel like I'm playing the world, I'll get back to it. Oh, Simple and Clean. That's such a great song. Okay, that's different though. I know that song. So Simple and Clean is a song that's associated with the Kingdom Hearts video games, and it's just such a beautiful song. I know the song at least. Oops, I accidentally paused it. So yes, I will say I love that song. That song's amazing. Wait, but you want the remix, the Planet B remix? I'll put that on. No problem. Just want to make sure that's the right one. Let's add that to queue. I could just watch. Oh, see, that's the thing. I know people listen to I know people watch like video games. They'll just watch like the cutscenes and the story put together. But I know. I would just watch a movie at that point. Like why not? I'd rather actually like, there's the reward of like working through it and like I don't know. I personally love the feeling of like, man, this boss just fucking sucks. And then like after like half an hour just like actually beating it and being like, yes. It's it's a very different thing from movies. Oof. Ooh, no. Hey. Another argument in chat over J. Cole. Guys. Great music. Come on. We can all J. Cole did fuck up because of the No Name incident maybe a month ago where he was essentially in a song he put out, he rapped about specifically like No Name's role as an activist or as a performer, or at least people thought he was referring to No Name, another rapper from Chicago. And she's always been very prominent, very vocal, and very like aware of like her role on social media, her presence. And she's always like recommending people to like different literature and just really like, I guess kind of, wears it on her sleeve. And J. Cole had said something about, people it was tone policing. It was kind of like, that people don't want to listen to someone if they're being told what to do. And that's, he's an artist. You got better ways to say stuff like that because you really can't be like tone policing her like that. Especially when you guys are talking about the same issues. It was a misstep on his part. But J. Cole's got a special place in my heart. I think that was another one. And clearly Chris Brown is just trash. But the song, it sucks how much of everything is literally like that. It's like, oh, it's so good, but it's terrible. Oh, but it's terrible. It's just all terrible. But you know what? Oh, my speaker sunglasses. So we got Jason in the chat asking about my speaker sunglasses. Shout out, because he's actually one of the people that got me to adopt this more of a like just fuck it mindset. Like world's on fire, like just fuck it. Get the things that make you happy, do the things that make you happy. So, that's how I rationalized buying myself a nice set of sunglasses that actually play music. They're so far. I can't actually get them right now, but I don't regret it. Second in a series of fantastic life investments is a bidet. You guys know about a bidet? Amazing. Oh my God. It's just like, you want to talk about washing the groceries down. Bidet I'm going to show you guys if you guys don't know what it is. A bidet is an attachment. You install it into your toilet and it kind of shoots up a little spray to kind of make sure, the down there is pretty clean. Let's see. Is there a GIF? I kind of want like a bad GIF explanation of this. Yeah, this is pretty great. Okay, I'm going to pull this up for you guys. Watch this. Bidet GIFs. So yeah, it's like a tiny thing you install into your toilet. And yeah, see, I'm as happy as Elmo down there in the corner right here. So such a great investment. So that's what it's about. It's just quality of life purchases, things that you can really set up for yourself. And it really is. It's just, You just gotta hold on to the little things, man. There's not a lot to hold on to these days, so you gotta really hold on to whatever you can. Isn't Doja canceled? See, I think yes, but also no. I think her claim is that, so the reason Doja Cat would be hypothetically canceled is apparently she's been doing like live chats and streams with people, and one of the ongoing Twitter jokes is only clans, because it turns out that there were like a lot of white supremacists in her chat or whatever. Her claim is that she doesn't know anything about that. She didn't, like, they showed up, she didn't want anything to do with them. I guess to each their own, however you want to take that. But again, I mean, we listened to Chris Brown before. We listened to J. Cole. So everyone's got their bars. And Doja Cat actually has some bars. So yeah. So that's the internet. Man, Lovecraft Country. That is such a fantastic show. I'm like, I finished episode 2. There are 2 out currently. If you guys don't know, Lovecraft Country is a show on HBO. It came out a couple weeks ago. It's just such a great show. I guess a lot more context for this one, because if you don't know, one, the works of like H.P. Lovecraft, he kind of, like, if you've seen this kind of mythical beast Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft was kind of an author back in ye old times. What was it? Yeah, 1928, back in the old days. And he just wrote about these like cults that would resurrect like mythical beasts, and it was just very horror, fantasy-ish stories. But he was also like a raging racist, like terribly like anti-black, and has a awful poem about like what it means to be like a white man, and it's just fucking terrible. So it's like, how do you reconcile, one, if you like those works of like horror and fantasy, and two, like knowing that this author is like a piece of shit. Wow, I guess that's like the accidental theme of the night. Just, everything's got a little shit on it. But yeah, so that's kind of the backdrop. But Lovecraft Country is a show on HBO that's about, where does it take place? Crap, I'm not very good. Essentially, it's really a story about like survival. It features like primarily a black family in the racist South, trying to deal with like their own legacy, their own family mysteries, but set against a backdrop of racist America, and surrounded by these mystical creatures. So it's fascinating because it's really like, I'm not a big horror guy, but the way the show mixes the actual horror of the monsters, but also like it's way deeper than just like, oh, the humans are the real monsters. It's like, no, like really racism is just like such a prevalent threat that like a lot of the jump scares are really like a cop pulling someone over in the show, or like sundown towns, which was like a terribly racist practice in which if there were any like black or brown people like walking around in a town after a certain point at sundown, the sheriffs and the local law enforcement would actually make it a point to go out and chase them around, abuse, like just terrible things, just essentially kicking them out of the town. So the show takes concepts like that and really plays up the horror of it, which I think is like such a great way of taking, one, if you like the works of like Lovecraft, and like really highlighting it for like, one, the author was a bigot and not shying away from that. I just think it's a great show. HBO's just been on a roll. And yeah, no spoilers. But if you like horror, if you like mystery, if you like Get Out, I guess as like a template, it elevates a lot of those ideas of like what it means to be surrounded by like white fear and what that can lead to. So yeah, fantastic show. And yeah, like in the chat is saying like HBO, again, Watchmen, they came out with another show. I think it was earlier this year, last year. Fucking time, man. Time is just such a mystery. Yeah, and Watchmen was a great show too. It was a sequel show to a comic series in the 80s about what if superheroes were corrupt, morally terrible people? And it takes that and it places it in the here and now in a world where, or I guess it's an alternate world for them. But it's totally about like who watches the Watchmen is like the main theme of the comic and the show, because like who polices the police? Who holds these superheroes accountable? Who do we turn to when the people in power actually run amok with it? And the show kind of grapples with that. And it's a fantastic show too. HBO has just been on a roll. One of the easiest subscriptions, I think, to get. But it's funny because at this point, it feels like I'm just paying for cable. Like I have like 3 different, like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go, like it's just everything. Because there's not really a lot to do again. You got me started on the Lion King remake. We're going to talk about it. Man, I'm not even going to say what a waste of money, because there's a lot of like super cool tech developments that they did for the Lion King, right, the 2018, 2019 version. But god damn, that movie is literally just cut and paste the animated movie, just with not as good voice acting and like really terrible like character effects. Like at some point, like that scene when spoilers for The Lion King, when Scar throws his brother off the cliff and his nephew's there watching him. In the animated movie, that is like a heartbreaker. Like that defined a generation. But this most recent remake is literally like a photorealistic lion who's just like looking in the corner, and the worst like Windows Media Effect zoom on his like lifelike, immobile, unemotional face. What a way to ruin a moment. Yeah, agreed. The worst trend in the chat, the worst trend in media is the idea of photorealism as being the ideal. 100% agreed. You're so much better off doing super stylized. Well, not really. If you've got a vision, stick to the vision. Don't just copy someone else's vision. You know, things are so much more interesting when you just expand and do your own thing. Like, honestly, even the Jungle Book, I thought the Jungle Book, and it's the same director, Jon Favreau, who directed the Iron Man movies and also directed the Jungle Book remake, the live action popular one. That one I actually liked because that I felt was different enough from the animated cartoon that I was like, oh, that actually holds up. But it's just like, and in Aladdin too, I loved it because like Will Smith as the genie, completely different than the Robin Williams version, and the effects are just like so much more like, they're like bombastic, they're like super like, it's so colorful, it's all about the pageantry. I think that's the kind of thing you want to go for. Like, you know, you got a vision, commit to it. Don't just copy the thing that everyone loved a while back. Yeah, 2D is where it's at. More hand-drawn animation. I know that takes more work. So studios don't really want to invest that much money in it. They're all about doing the CG. But clearly, like, it works to some extent still. And you can do really cool stuff by just, like, innovating the different styles. Like Into the Spider-Verse. Like, that movie is incredible. 1, Spider-Man. Miles. But 2, the visual effects, like, the design of that movie is just, they knew what they were doing when they went into it. And they committed to it. Amazing. For a second, it looked there like I was going to read off some sponsors, like, thanks to Audible. No, it's literally, again, I just have little notes on all the different keys I have to hit to make transitions and sounds happen. Such as this one.
I tell you what.
I tell you what. Or, no, I'll save that for later. I'm actually going to save that for a well-timed joke. But yeah, just so much stuff to watch. Like even King of the Hill, at some point, like somehow we fell into King of the Hill. We just had Hulu and it was there. If you guys don't know, King of the Hill is an old-timey, as in like the 2000s, animated comedy on Fox. If you're around my age, you probably know it as the thing that ran before The Simpsons on like Friday nights. I mean, like the animation style, like I'm going to show you, everyone knows the people hanging out in front of the fence. What a great, and the memes now talking about King of the Hill being like the first true American anime. It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious stuff. It's a show about essentially this family in Arlen, Texas, and they're conservative. So a lot of their episodes are like dealing with, I don't know, more emotions, like complicated stuff in their lives. It's just a really fun, like lighthearted look at like rural, I guess, America. Yeah, I guess not the ugly parts of it, like we had discussed before with Lovecraft. Just such a funny show. If you really don't think it's your vibe, just check out a random episode and see if it's your thing. Because I thought it wasn't going to appeal to me, but we just binge it. We binge it. Oh my God, Robbery Etiquette. Thank you so much for joining. Already out the gate with super hard hitting questions, really. Robbery Etiquette says, fuck, marry, kill, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine. I think Wolverine's more, I think he's less aggressive than he actually, like, pretends he is. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, we just shoot the shit all the time. That seems like an easy one. Kill. I don't want to kill any of them. Can I marry the three of them? It'd be a pretty fun time. Also, it doesn't have to be marriage. Sorry to my girlfriend. Oops. Oh, King of the Hill actually has the most strict aesthetic rulebook of any animated show. I believe it. It's a very distinct style. That's really cool. Yeah. Again, pick a style, stick to it. You don't have to copy anything else. Lily Bun Playhouse says, all right, but Cory in the House, best anime. Cory in the House is pretty good. I don't remember a lot of like leveling up or powering up or him having to take down like villains, but Cory in the House is pretty entertaining. I will say though, if Cory in the House is in the running, that means That's So Raven has to be in the running, right? Because Cory in the House is the spinoff. And I would definitely put, I think That's So Raven up there. Yeah, that's a great show. I haven't seen the new one where she comes back as like an adult and has kids. But more power to them. To Blizzard with the counterpoint, thinking Sweet Life of Zack and Cody had better plot development. I'm not gonna lie to you, Sweet Life is great, but it's one of those that I just jump in and out. Like you can pick a random episode, you know. I never really, I don't know much about the lore of Sweet Life. In the chat, you gotta marry Iron Man for the money. Yeah, you're right, you do. It's true. Oh, imagine the prenup Tony makes you sign. Oh my God, poor Pepper. Speaking of Iron Man, you know I had to go and make this a sound effect. Yeah. Iron Man suits. Oh, guys. Thank you so much. Blizzard donating. I need to go sleep. Please read me this bedtime story. All right. Can you put the link in the chat? I'll click it and open there. It flew by in those 5 seconds. I'm sorry, man. I can remember the link. Let's try that. Like a little. I couldn't remember it. Thank you. All right, Sabir. Real one, real homie. He requested that I read him this classic children's novel, and I will do that for him right now. It's called Go the Fuck to Sleep by Adam Mansbach, illustrated by Ricardo Cortés. We'll have to see it. We need everyone in all the facets of fiction. All of them. Thank you. Ooh, Jonathan Lethem, author of Motherless Brooklyn, a father of two, says total genius. Fantastic reviews, guys. How can we not just read this story? Let's all put my friend to sleep by reading Go the Fuck to Sleep. Go the fuck to sleep. Oh, for Vivian without whom none of this would be possible. That's really sweet. I love seeing like legitimate dedications. That's just like, shout out to Vivian. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. Maybe I'll lean in for make it like a little. All right. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the room, child. I can't read because I glanced at that really quickly. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear. You'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, like the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty. That's bullshit. Stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. The wind whispers soft through the grass, hon. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. In the chat, the house that crack built. Oh my God. Sorry, serious. This is for the kids. Sorry. All the nursery kids are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. The owls fly forth from the treetops. Through the air they soar and they sweep. A hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. Come on, shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and the lions are snoring, wrapped in a big, snuggly heap. How come you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep? It's a very real request. The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops that the farmers will reap. No more questions. This interview's over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. The tiger reclines in the simmering jungle. The sparrow has silenced her cheep. Fuck your stuffed bear. I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes. Cut the crap. Sleep. The flowers doze low in the meadows and high on the mountains so steep. My life is a failure. I'm a terrible parent. Stop fucking with me and please sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snoozing as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever. I'll bring you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not going to sleep. Oh, look at the illustration, little kid. I honestly can't imagine how exhausting it must be to try not. All right, we're almost there, guys. This room is all I can remember. The furniture crappy and cheap. You win. You escape. You run down the hall. As I nod the fuck off and sleep. Blearily and dazed, I awaken. To find your eyes shut, so I keep. My fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave. Beep. Ah, shit, god damn it. You've got to be kidding. Come on, go the fuck back to sleep. The end. Thank you. That was pretty good. That was pretty fun. Thank you, Sabir, for that amazing bedtime story. All right, so we're back. Why did I leave again? Oh, yeah. Obviously, not an endorsement. You want to drink, take a shot of water, take a shot of ginger ale, whatever. You want to do a fake cheers? Pretend we're not even drinking. I will be having a shot of vodka, though. And my incredible girlfriend, and my incredible sister, and the incredible sister of my incredible girlfriend have all been outside just watching the stream and tagging along and sending content, and they're amazing. And they're gonna take a shot right now too. So. That is my pensive pouring face. All right, guys. Opal, you want one? You can't have one. That wasn't a real offer, guys. I don't give alcohol to my pets. Thank you, Jess. All right, guys. Cheers. Thank you so much for a fantastic stream. Let's keep it going. This is awesome energy. Pam, thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you, everyone in the chat and online. Cheers. Let me tell you, that's not water. Hey, Chichi. Oh, God. Thank you, guys. Oof. Yeah. And that is it for us tonight, guys. Thank you so much for all the song requests. Thank you for staying in chat. Thank you for the topics. Thank you for showing up. This has been an incredible time. I'll be here every Friday, 8 p.m. Not sure how long it's going to run. Because I totally came in and I was like, oh, I'll be here for an hour. And it's, what is it? It's fucking 11:30. I'm going to stay on and hang out for a bit. Just play some video games, chat for a bit. If you want to stay and hang out, feel free to stay and hang out. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves. And bye.